Bear with me. I'm going to do my best to record this while the wind is blowing like crazy all around me. Even though this is a timeless reading, when I'm filming it, there's like a stellium of 7 planets in Aries right now, I think, or something crazy. And with these intense winds that are blowing around me right now, it's kind of like the universe is coming in to say, yeah, I'm here to blow all the shit out of the way because I'm tired of it and it's time for everybody to start anew. And that's exactly what the first card out the gate is today, is the World card. Normally I do like a pretty 9-card spread and whatever the underlying energy is, but I'm outside and I don't want the cards to blow everywhere. So you know what? We're gonna roll with it. There's a really pretty streak of light right across my screen, so not sure what that is, but again, we're gonna roll with it. And no, it's not my screen. It's just the way that the light's hitting right now. And if I move my phone, then I have to move the whole tripod. It's a whole mess, so we're not gonna deal with that right now. Yeah. So anyways, back to the reading. The Two of Pentacles in the World, friends. It's time to change it up. What you're doing, it's not working. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I know. And don't get me wrong, this reading won't be for everybody, okay? It won't be for everybody. And I apologize for any shaking that goes on. Again, the wind's blowing. I'm doing my best here, folks. I'm doing my best. But it's time to change things up, is what the universe is here to say, is what Spirit's here to say. It's time for a fresh start. It's time for a fresh new beginning. And when you're saying, but Charlee, what do I do? You know, what's this fresh new beginning? I don't know. What are you doing right now? What is it that you have put so much work into? Like, sit with that for a minute. I guarantee you, every single person who watches this is going to know, well, I've always had that book idea in the back of my head. Always had that rolling around. Or you know what, I started that art project a couple of years ago, where all of those amateur photography projects, or on and off, you know, I've been working on my degree, but I've never actually completed it. You know that you've been working on something and you're like this close from completion. This close. Again, you've put in so much effort. Why'd you stop? Actually, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Life be lifin'. I hear you. I feel you. Soul deep, I fucking feel you. Okay? I do. Because I'm a single mom of 2. And I have chronic illness that I deal with on a daily. As much as I love this wind because it's helping to blow away all of the heat that inevitably would be coming right now, because I live in the Midwest and what they say is accurate. You know, you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. It will in fact change. And that messes with my chronic illness. But that doesn't mean I'm allowed to stop. The bills don't stop. The tax man don't stop. I gotta eat. My kids gotta eat. My cat's gotta eat. I guarantee they'll start griping here in a minute about it too, even though there's already food in their bowl. And no, you cannot see the bottom because I made sure I fed them before I came out here. They just want to bitch because they're cats. And I love them. And I will not get rid of them. But they're cats. So relax. So what is it that you've been working on that you have been putting on the back burner for far too long? I apologize. I digress. I go on tirades all the time. That's what I do. It's how my neurodivergent brain works. Today's Spirit, the universe, flying spaghetti monster in the sky, namely yourself, your soul is asking, what is it that you have put on the back burner that you stopped working on? It's time to bring it to fruition, friends. It's time to bring it to light. It's time to show the masses and share it with the people. I promise you, your people are in fact out there. cat. It's one of them. The dynamic duo is in fact in there. It's funny because he's thing 2. Thing 1 is in there somewhere else. And thing 1 is just mad that he's too big to jump up in that windowsill. Thing 2 is obviously much younger, much smaller, so he can still do that right now. Thing 1 is also a little older. A lot older. And a bit arthritic. A lot arthritic. So jumping is hard on his joints. And I give him shit, and he gives me shit. And it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. Cat. I don't know, it's a cat. Again, I love my boys. They're wonderful. Anyways, hi, Razzo boy. The Tizzy boy. The meow meow meow. Hi, sweet old man. So today your soul is saying, shut up, suck it up, put on your big girl panties and go put it out there. Put it out there to the masses. Quit worrying about the algorithm. Quit worrying about what's trending. Quit worrying about, well, Sharon and HR. I mean, don't do something ridiculous. Don't hurt yourself or others. Don't be an asshole. But put yourself and your art out there. And yes, accounting is a form of art. I don't care what anybody says. If you can read and understand tax law, you, my friend, are a fucking artist. You're a magician. You're a magician to be able to understand how that fine print works. I said what I said. I will die upon that hill. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're in medicine. Maybe you're an attorney. That's a form of artwork too. Whoo! Talk about theater work at its finest, man. I'm not kidding. My mom, God rest her soul, she always said, he who tap dances the loudest is the one who's going to win that court case. Or she, or they. Don't come for me, please. That was just a generalized. Anyways, now that's not to say there aren't some fantastic attorneys out there. I have met and worked with them before. Regardless, being able to go in front of a courtroom or a jury or a magistrate or whatever, and to plead a case on behalf of one or many, that's a big deal. So again, whatever your form of art is, it's time to put it out there. Stop sitting on yourself. Stop shrinking yourself down for others because they're not comfortable with how big your personality might be. Big things come in small packages, my friend. That's like the unofficial tagline of Tiffany's or any jewelry company, really. Seriously, think about that. Just because you have a big ass personality, it does not mean you're not allowed to shine your light for others to see, because I promise you, your people are out there. The internet is a beautiful tool when used properly. When used properly. See? Haters gonna hate, man. I don't know what to tell you. Haters are gonna fucking hate. Let them hate. Let them be the one in the 7 of Cups. Let them be the, huh? What? How are they so successful? Who cares? Who cares? Don't worry about them. You are the Queen of Pentacles, friend. You are the success story. You are the one who is working magic, probably with little to nothing. And they're scratching their head like, well, how did they do it? How did they turn that around? That's not your problem. Let them stew in whatever they're going to stew in. Let them sow their seeds of karma. The universe will do their thing. You keep doing your thing, shining bright. Magic's gonna happen. I promise you, magic's gonna happen. See? 2 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. You've already done the hard thing. You've already done all the hard work. It's just time to put it out there. See? 8 of Wands. That means you have to be the mouthpiece. You have to be the one communicating out to the world and to the masses that, hey, I did this. This is my art. Check it out. Is this your vibe? If so, we should be friends. Come on over. It's nice over here. We have great snacks. I have great snacks. I always have snacks. Snacks on snacks, man. Not just because I have kids. I like snacks. Because snacks are great. Stop dimming to fit in. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, I did go to church growing up. No, I don't go now that I'm an adult. Nothing against religion or those who worship. I respect you and your practice, assuming you're not harming yourself or others. However, especially the older I get, the more I have come to accept and acknowledge that I am the church. The church is within me. You're going to have to forgive me here. It's been a long time since I've been to Bible school. But there is a verse, a parable in the Bible that talks about how your body is your temple. Your body is, in fact, the church. So that's how I try to view it. No, I don't treat my temple great every day like I'm supposed to, as far as what I'm fueling it with, exercise, so on and so forth. However, I do know its worth and I do know its value. And for that, I offer way more gratitude than the average individual does. And that, my friends, that's huge. For me, that's everything, because I do worship my body in the sense of it has carried me for 40 years. And that's a fucking gift. It has helped me birth two incredible and healthy and amazing individuals. And again, that's a gift. So yeah, this vessel, she's fucking awesome. So the next time, and don't get me wrong, this is, like another side quest for another day. Body dysmorphia is in fact real. It's something I've dealt with the majority of my lifetime, since I was a very small child. And it's something I still struggle with often. Always, always, always seek out a medical professional. Always, always, always use those free resources. They're out there. I'll do my best to remember to link a couple of them in the description box. But remember, your body is incredible. It brought you here. And that's a fucking gift. So instead of shitting all over yourself, instead of woe is me, I'm not enough, my body isn't enough, and blah, 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 blah. Again, chronic illness dealt with and still deals with body dysmorphia, as well as an eating disorder, as well as a lot of other shit. Again, side quest for another episode. Even though I deal with that on a regular basis, as well as working with my medical professionals often, I am still very grateful for what all this vessel has gifted me in 40 years. Because again, it is a gift. This fucking card has been haunting me for weeks, months if I'm being honest. The Four of goddamn Swords. Okay. So, when talking about body dysmorphia and eating disorders and chronic illness and all of that, sorry, trigger warning. God, I gotta put that at the beginning of every fucking... I need to make a video, just trigger warning. Insert clip in all future readings. With the Four of Swords coming up all of the time, it's always telling me that I need to rest more than I allow myself to. But it needs to be a productive rest period. That's the key to all of this, is it needs to be a productive rest period. And I am super fucking guilty of not putting my phone down nearly enough. I get into the trap of doom scrolling often. We all do. And we all need to get better about putting the phone down. Like, for example, right now, a lot of that yard is attached to the property that I'm living at right now. It's a little over an acre of land. Oh, see, this is why I don't like to move the tripod, because then I can't ever get it back. There is a vast amount of yard over there. And as a matter of fact, one of my favorite places is, there's a little hill, a little dip over there. What I love to do is usually lay a blanket down because I have sensory issues. Again, I do have a neurodivergent brain, but I love to lay a blanket down and just lay there. Especially, my favorite is on a clear night, perfect expanse of the night sky. Oh my God, it's like my all-time favorite. Again, it has to be a cloud-free night, but it's like one of the best places in the world to stargaze. And the reason why I just went on that little tirade is because I, just like I know all of us, need to spend more time doing things like that rather than being on our devices. So when the universe, spirit, your soul is saying you need to rest more, it's because you're not allowing yourself a productive rest. You're not allowing your central nervous system to reset. So make smart choices and decisions and do the right thing. Do the right thing by yourself. Do the right thing by your body, by your temple. So, and look, I'm not shitting on anyone's choices, because at the end of the day, food is food. And as somebody who has a lot of issues with food, sometimes all calories are good calories. But if you are able and capable, instead of going through a drive-through, how about you try and make the equivalent at home? Look, I know there are days where that's just not an option for me. Again, chronic illness. Yes, I have a team of medical professionals I work with, one of which is my neurologist, because I suffer from chronic migraines. I'm talking like literal blackout migraines. Think of your worst hangover, your blackout hangovers. It's like that, only without the fun leading up to. Sucks. So with that, I have had to learn, okay, what foods are fast? Because there are times where I need to get the calories in because my body has burned so much of it to keep me alive, literally, during that kind of a migraine, that intense of an aura blackout. So when I'm really on my game, I will meal prep for the whole week. Does it suck? Absolutely. Do I want to do it? Definitely not. Do I thank myself later? Fuck yes, I do. And for times that I can't do that much, frozen dinners are there for a reason, folks. I'm just saying. There are some actual really good ones out there now. Sure, you might need to add a little bit of seasoning to them. Okay, that's fine. Again, you have options. So instead of just going through the drive-thru or door dashing or whatever it is you're doing, try to plan ahead a little bit to, again, love your body and to properly care for and nourish it. How do I know I'm preaching the truth? Because I've got the fucking Ace of Swords. Because the Ace of Swords, for me and for many, is the card of this is fucking truth, folks. This is how it is. So, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. I forget how I started this message, where it was even going. Oh, right. Whatever art whatever passion project, that's how I should say it, whatever passion project you have been working on for on and off for however long, whether it be the past few weeks, months, years, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever you've been working on, put it out there. Have a little faith. What's been resonating with me lately, God rest her soul, my grandmother, I can hear her. I'm not going to cry. I can hear her voice in the back of my head. Just, Charlie, just have the faith of a mustard seed. That's all you need. Because God will help you find your people and help them to find you as well. Because just as much as you need them, they also need you. So have productive rest as needed. Put the devices down. Allow your body and your central nervous system to recoup, relax, regenerate. And in doing so, your people will in fact find you. It only takes a little bit of oomph to get it going, guys. What is it? Newton's law of motion, I think. An object in motion will continue in motion. You're gonna have to forgive me. It's been a really long time since I've been in a classroom. But once you put just enough oomph into that passion project, once you put just enough oomph into it, the people are gonna keep on coming in. Quit worrying about the how, the when, the where, the why, nuh-uh. The monkey mind's got to stop. All you need to worry about right now, excuse me, is you and your business letting your light shine and staying focused, not letting the distractions interfere or dim your light. As soon as you are consistent with that, I realize that's asking a lot, especially in today's world where if you haven't grasped someone's attention within the first 5 seconds, and even that's pushing it, you've lost them. I get it. Again, we all need to reset our central nervous systems, and we do that by putting our devices down way more often than we have been. Again, preaching the GD truth right there with the Queen of Swords. Go touch some fucking grass today. Go thank a tree for being here and for helping us to breathe. A whole lot more gratitude and a whole lot less attitude goes a really long way. We'll get real for a moment here, folks. I don't love where I live right now. I'm not happy here. Most of the people in my life know that I'm not happy here. I want to be somewhere else, just about anywhere else at this point. However, I've had to stop myself in my tracks. Stop overthinking all of it and put up way more gratitude for the fact that I have a home for myself, my 2 kids, and my 2 cats. It is a gift to have this incredible home that's really big, if I'm being honest. Again, a little over an acre of property. In this economy, a fucking gift. And that's privilege. And that's something that I had to stop and really be honest with myself about. You have been gifted a place to live. Why aren't you thankful? Why aren't you offering more thanks about that? You need to. You have a roof over your head, heat and AC, clean, fresh running water. This is amazing. It's safe. I don't have to worry about people banging down my door for whatever reason. This is a big deal. And as soon as I started offering up more thanks to the universe, I started to notice, wow, I do have a lot to be grateful for. And on top of that, more money started rolling in from places that I didn't even realize were an option for them to roll in from. And with that money, I'm able to start to save in order to move somewhere else whenever I'm ready. Isn't it funny how that works? Just saying, the second you flip that switch in your brain, beautiful things start to happen. So instead of shitting all over your life and everything else around you, stop yourself. Allow yourself and your whole body to really rest and recharge. And then once you're ready, offer up just a little bit of thanks every single day. And you just might notice all of the gifts that you not already have. Not only do you already have, but also more start rolling in. See? Two of Cups, Two of Wands, and Judgment. That tells me that you are choosing to offer gratitude and thanks for the things that you do have. You're choosing to want the things that you do have instead of shitting all over them and wishing and hoping for literally anything else. The universe runs on frequency, folks. So, and look, I get it. As somebody who has dealt with a lot of medical issues, especially mental medical issues, my entire life, it's real easy to get stuck in the dead loop of woe is me, poor pitiful me, anxiety, depression, fear, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying none of that is real. All of that is in fact real. And sometimes you really do need to speak with a medical professional. Sometimes you need to talk to your doctor. Sometimes you need a med change. Sometimes you need meds, period. We could all benefit from a whole lot of therapy. I guarantee it, especially in today's world. Especially therapists. They need therapy more than most of us, I would imagine. Shout out to all the therapists in the world. I am not even fucking kidding, because you all are what is keeping this shit show running. Thank you for showing up every fucking shift that you do. Y'all are the real ones. But the universe runs on frequency, guys. The universe runs on frequency. So if you are constantly in the dread of the universe says, oh, okay, this is what we're dealing with. This is what you want. How about I give you some more? That's literally like you saying, please, so can I have some more? And the universe says, absolutely, and dumps it all at your doorstep. You think I'm lying? Why do you think billionaires have all of the money continuously rolling in? It's because they're living off of a free... Well, okay, we're not going down the rabbit hole of all of the nasty shit that the majority of them have done to gain all of that. But in all sincerity, those who have a fuck ton of money rolling in on the daily, they're living in a frequency of, I deserve this. This is mine. I've worked for it. It's mine. And the universe says, fantastic. I'm going to give you more. It is literally a black and white frequency to the universe. So again, work with your medical professionals and get your mind and your body where it needs to be. And once you do, change your tune and change your tude. Choose yourself. Fall in love with yourself. If you don't love yourself, okay, what can you do to change that? Again, body dysmorphia is real. Mental illness is real. I'm not shitting on any of that as somebody who deals with that more than I would like to admit. That's a different episode for a different day. But as soon as you change your tune and your tude, meaning offer way more gratitude, far less attitude. You're going to start to notice a whole lot of awesome that's already in your life. And then way more is going to start just flowing in. I promise. I promise. Now, I've been made a liar over a whole lot in my life, but that's one I'm not lying about. How do I know this is true? Because I've been having car troubles for the past couple of years now. Had a vehicle completely paid off. It was great. Okay. Every time I took that little car in for an oil change, I love that car, by the way. I want to go on record and say I love that fucking car. It was a 2016 Mini Cooper Clubman, stick shift, 4 doors. Oh, Reginald, you were the best. I didn't want to get rid of that car. I wanted to keep that car. For a Mini Cooper, it was like a little clown car. Man, he just kept keeping on and keeping on. But every time, like, I could put so much stuff in it and like pack it to the gills, and between me and my 2 kids, like, it was great. It was great. But every time I took it in for an oil change, minimum of $500, minimum. And, oh, well, Charlie, it's a Mini, and it's because, you know, it's made on a BMW line, and blah, blah, blah. I get it, okay? I hear you. He was getting up there in miles. I think when I traded it in, it was finally like 170,000 miles. Again, I would have kept it. But the fact that it was nickel and diming me for every little thing. So I said, okay, all right, I hear you. I will trade it in. So I did. I traded it in for... I kept looking and looking, and finally I found the perfect car. I had 2021 Volkswagen Jetta. It was this adorable tornado red, little racing car looking thing. Heated seats, even the back seats were heated. Manual transmission, which is a fucking dream. And those are near impossible to find in this economy. I prefer manual transmission. I prefer to have more control over the engine of the vehicle that I'm driving. That said, less than 6 months after getting that car, wouldn't you know it, I'm driving to work one morning, working the graveyard first shift, and deer runs out in front of my car. 4:50 in the morning. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Well, obviously the deer, and RIP to the deer, truly. Needless to say, the car didn't make it. She had to be towed. Still dealing with the fallout of that car, and the sense of it's not entirely paid off because the loan that I got to get that car, I didn't look at the fine print enough from the lender and just assumed that it didn't. I assumed that it did have gap coverage. It did not, in fact, have gap coverage. What? So when they totaled the car, guess who got to eat the difference of several $1,000s? So still paying off that loan. What am I going to do? I have to have a vehicle. I live in a very rural area in the Midwest. I am so grateful that I found the school that I did for my kids, because it works with and caters to their educational needs, but it doesn't offer transportation. So I need a vehicle to be able to drive them to and from school every day. Okay, went out and got another vehicle. And now I'm dealing with all of the complications of that. So, I hear you when you say that I have a lot of shit on my plate. But what you're not hearing is that I'm telling you that you have your golden goose that lays you continuous golden eggs. You have your winning lottery ticket. You've already done all the hard work. You just need to take a couple more steps. Have you heard the phrase, the squeaky wheel gets the oil? You're saying, woe is me, poor pitiful me, I have bills to pay. Why is this person going viral? Why is that business so successful? It's because they're out there yapping their jaw and they're bringing attention to their business, to their product, to their art. You're not. I understand that hurt. That hurt your feelings. It hurt my feelings. I just hurt my own feelings. Uranus, Uranus. It's a number 59 card. And it says, this is guaranteed, this is going to hurt my feelings. Conjunct sextile trine, meaning when things are more harmonious. You rock the boat just to tip people over. That's when you're primitive. When you're more adaptive, you draw the best out of all creative minds and hearts. But when you're evolving, you are the original of originals, and you spark the most outrageous and compassionate spirit in everyone. But when you're in conjunct, opposition, or squared, when you're primitive, bang bang, blow it up, reckless and dangerous are your motives. Adaptive, taking the initiative to change things positively. You are able to truly inspire others to think out of the box. And when you're evolving, you are a shapeshifter and constantly upgrade vibrations to serve the collective. So today, are you going to continue to bitch and moan? Are you going to continue to live in a perpetual state of victim mentality? Or are you going to be your own white shining knight? Are you going to be the hero of your own story and actually put yourself out there? Are you willing to be Captain Save-A-Ho to yourself instead of being Captain Save-A-Ho to everybody else? Told you I was going to hurt your feelings. I hurt my own on that one. I have no problems rallying behind somebody else's cause. But when it comes time to rally behind my own cause, yeah. Which, by the way, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Just your average ginger on the internet. Nah, I'm not average. I'm anything but. I've always been extra. I know I am. And I'm okay with it. You know, they say that once you hit your 40s, you don't give a damn anymore. And to an extent, that's pretty accurate. And it's not that I don't give a damn. It's that I'm learning to value my own worth. And my worth is that winning lottery ticket. Because I already am rich and I already am abundant. Now it's time for me to show the world the abundance I have to offer. There's your message. It's time for you to show the world the abundance you have to offer. So put your art out there. Drop it in the comments. I am a firm believer that there is more than enough room at the table of success for all of us. So feel free to share your art with us. I'd love to see it. And oh, by the way, I don't have them with me because I'm sitting outside, but some of my art, some of my babies that I am so fucking proud of are my hand-poured beeswax candles. And I source all of my beeswax locally and ethically from a bee farm that is 20 miles from where I live. It's a very small mom and pop honeybee farm, and they do incredible things there. I also have tarot on the go, as in, oh, speaking of bees, there's a carpenter bee flying around me. Speaking of bees, I have a message to you from the stars within, and both of those things are available on my website. Please go check it out. I'll be sure to link my website in the description box below of shadowsandsecrets.com. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for soaking up some vitamin D with me today. And put your art out there. The world needs it. We really do.